Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga, etc. I'm here to begin a review for One Piece manga chapter 1029. So we start things off where we left off last chapter with Sanji, and as we know, Sanji is going through what I'm gonna call a transition period right now because he didn't feel the sword hit, when it just snapped off his neck and just things bust, but he did feel the bullets later on within the chapter. And basically, when it just comes to the Sanji scene within this chapter, I found it both funny and contradictory. Because funny because obviously like he's just basically so adamant about not being like his family, like German 666, and he's trying to figure out what exactly went wrong, trying to put the pieces together of the puzzle and figure out what exactly is going on with him. And he's just there and he's like, I don't want to be this monster and blah 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 blah. And it's funny, but at the same time it's a bit contradictory because yeah, I get it, you don't want to be like your family, you don't see your family in a good light, whatever, I get all of that, but keep the same energy. Keep the same energy. And what I mean by that is, why are you using the raid suit, bro? If you don't like your family, don't want to be like them in any sense, don't want anything to do with them in any sense, why are you using the raid suit, bro? So yeah, like, that bit of the scene, the bit of the chapter was funny. Yeah, I get it, but you're being contradictory, bro. I'm just saying. So after that, we flip over to Kid and Law, who are fighting Big Mom. And now, I've said it, I'll say it again. Kid and Law together. Even I reckon if Big Mom was in sea stone handcuffs, would not be able to beat Big Mom. And we just see the beginning of the, well, not the beginning, like we just jump into the bit of the fight within this chapter, and Kid is complaining of a headache, and automatically I remembered Hawkins, and Hawkins, how he's got basically Kid's life on the line. So I automatically thought about that, and I was right to do so, because after we have that little scene of Kid and Law at first, where we see Kid suffering from a headache, where we see Law trying his best to help Kid as much as he can without endangering his own life, because at the end of the day, Law is not willing to die for Kid. Uh, that's how we start things off. With Kid, with you only able to ponder, is it the Hawkins things that Kid is suffering from? But straight after that, we go back to Hawkins versus Killer, and now Killer is just there. He's laughing, results of the smile through, and he's also telling his men not to help him, not to join the fight. He's going to handle this by himself. But once he gets going, he really does get going, and he finishes off the fight fairly easily. He does find a loophole to Hawkins' ability, which was kind of interesting, if on honesty. So if you're missing a limb, but you attack the limb on Hawkins, then you're good, you're clean. And I've said this in the past. I've said it when Hawkins went up against Zoro and Luffy. Kind of, it was basically Zoro. But I said it before. Hawkins is rubbish. I know, I get it. His Devil Fruit ability allows him to have X amount of lives. I can't remember the exact number. So therefore, he can afford to take hits. But if he was using his Devil Fruit ability more effectively, he relies too much on his Devil Fruit. That's what I said back then. He relies too much of his Devil Fruit. If he had the speed and the armament haki and the observation haki, but mostly the speed to just dodge attacks. The observation haki would help him with avoiding attacks as well, and the armament haki for when he has to take attacks, so he's not getting killed with every single hit that he takes. Hawkins would be such a better fighter, but he's not. He's not. He relies too heavily on his Devil Fruit. That makes him rubbish, and he suffered the consequences for that in this chapter when Killer easily, without a doubt, beat him. So I've said in the past that yeah, honestly, supernovas versus supernovas. This fight was not interesting in the slightest. mostly because of Hawkins. Hawkins made this fight terrible. But once that fight is all said and done, once Killer has beat Hawkins, we flip back over to Kid, Law, and Big Mom. The Big Mom fight where Big Mom's like, oh, Kid, you seem to got a bit more spring in your step right now. And Kid's feeling like, yeah, I'm feeling light. I'm good to go. Like to say that just because Hawkins is not controlling you anymore, bro. You're not going to win this one. You shouldn't win this fight, but we will see what Ode does with this. Yeah, that's everything that happened to me with this chapter. Not the most exciting of chapters, I'm not going to lie. It did start off good, started off nice and funny, but maybe if we focus more on this Sanji stuff and just a whole Sanji focused chapter leading into his fight with Queen, maybe, I don't know, just spend the time with him figuring out what's going on with him. Just have the whole fight, the whole thing, Sanji, just have the whole chapter focused on Sanji would have been a better chapter. So for those reasons, I'm only going to give it a 2-star rating. Like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please go to my YouTube channel. Most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.